I think we just enjoy the conversation.
Yeah.
Well, you got it now. Make it up.
Yeah, man.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard being John, Zach.
Think
about it.
Yeah.
Remember when you first got married? It's hard. It's hard.
Never got married.
Oh. Okay.
Engaged.
Remember when you first moved in, with a serious woman?
I've never done
that. You have too.
I have not.
See me now?
No.
Now, we might as well do a training run of the questions and stuff. And I even have some cool trivia and stuff. There might be something salvageable here, except for Zach's black screen right now.
Let's restart, because if I don't have you on the screen, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that is a big deal.
Right?
Yeah, you should jump back in, leave, and come back again.
I just don't want to screw it up. I'm going to go to Chad's text and sign in from that.
That sounds great, buddy.
Yeah.
Give it a go.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
All right. Is that how? But Zach, you had it last week. That's my confusion.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Talking to a man that takes 1 hour at a time.
Yeah.
1 day at a time, 1 hour at a time.
All right. Can I ask you guys some questions? You might have prepared a little bit, or at least you thought about some of these questions, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right, here we go.
Sure.
All right. For the person who has moved a lot, Zach, that's you, I think. Am I right, Chad? Zach's probably moved more than you in your adult life?
Oh, most certainly.
Okay. So, Zach, to you. Okay, some of my questions are a little out of order here, so we're just gonna wing it. You know what? What are some of the most memorable places you've lived in?
I think most memorable would be International Falls, Minnesota. Right on the border of Canada. Way up. That's where my little Jessa was born. Right on the border. They're tough. That's the hat I have on too. Wenberg transfer. International. I lived there for 1.5 years.
Okay, International Falls, Minnesota, up near the Canadian border.
It is on the Canadian border.
Awesome. And how has that shaped who you are today? That place.
I would say they work a lot harder than I do. So it's kind of what just take care of business. Jess's grandpa is he's run the business now himself. I mean, not himself, but for 45 years or so. And just their commitment to the people that work for them and the community. They're always involved in stuff, and they pay for things that, it's a town of 7,000 people. So,
not huge.
A lot of people. Yeah. And it's, so that's Jess's hometown. And it's a great place. It's the coldest average temperature in the U.S.
Seriously.
And yeah, it's cold. It's just a pocket of cold. So,
is there a place near there called Virginia Falls as well?
It's just Virginia.
Virginia, Minnesota?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah. All right, Zach, a little bit more for you here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hit me.
Not just the Minnesota, but anywhere in general. How do you approach settling into a new community, and what strategies do you have that are maybe most effective?
I think my only strategy is to have connections at work and to make work connections, because it just seems like places I've lived, apartments, stuff like that, people don't really give a crap about who's next to them, or there's not a sense of community. I probably, this next time if I buy a condo, I'll probably just go to my next door neighbors and say, hi, I'm Zach. I'd love to help you out if you need anything. And
bring a cherry pie.
Yeah, exactly. So
keep it simple, right?
Yeah. Yep. That's it. So I don't think. Yeah, I think you gotta get. I don't know. You can also go to clubs and things like that. I think those are important. I just haven't done it personally. If I talk about that, I have, like, my brother goes to ping pong places wherever he travels, and he took me to a ping pong place that was right in Sarasota, and I'm right next door in Bradenton, and I had never gone, but I was like, and it was kind of embarrassing because every single person there was better than I was,
Oh
except
no.
him. Except him. So, no, but I honestly played a 12-year-old girl, and she almost beat me.
You know, when you think about relocating, do you think about more of the challenges or do you think about the benefits?
I think a lot of times it's fear based, just afraid that I'll make a bad decision, or afraid that it's going to be something new, or afraid that I'm just being a dumbass. I don't know. So I look at it's kind of overwhelming. Like, I'm doing it right now with my next place to live, and it could be locally, it could be somewhere else. It depends on if I'm going to buy a house or not. So I'm talking fast, but that's just because that's where it's got me on the challenging side of
Yep.
things, extremely challenging uh,
Now
for
you
me,
must
since
have
I
gotten
have.
better at it though.
I think I have people around me who make me look better. You know,
Fair.
um, which is great, because you got to utilize the skills of the people you know. I mean, they can help. That's great.
Right. Heck yeah. Okay, sorry. I got one more question for you, Zach. Um, how, how do you maintain the relationships with family and friends when you're moving a lot?
Well, you know me, I like to make a lot of phone calls, so I like to do that. But I also, it means a lot for me to be able to travel to many places and have family and friends. Oh,
Yeah.
that was our ice machine. Sorry about that.
Tornado, Florida.
Woke
it,
me up.
Yeah.
it was, I don't know, where was I? I'm sorry. It's good. We have ice coming back.
Yeah.
Had the AC out and the ice out, and
Oh
I'm
no.
glad I don't have to pay for those. We got Dave fixed them though. We one of the things in the air conditioner is it just got one of those little lizards. It got in between two points, and it got zapped and just sitting in
Oh.
there. And so the little thing was getting in the way of their of the proper things going on with the air conditioner. So I'm not an HVAC guy, so I won't pretend to talk about it.
Yeah, so you're a phone call guy, so when you're relocating, you're talking on the phone, you're always calling people, so no matter where you are, you're still maintaining your friendships and family relationships,
Definitely, that's a
whether
good
the
way
ice
to.
machine is working or not.
Yeah. No, and I honestly, it's been great having people all over the place. I mean, it's nice in New York where you can visit most people. Probably, I don't know how many family members on both sides of my family are just all in Rochester, almost all in Rochester now.
Yeah, so
you
many.
know, I
Hmm.
mean, it really is crazy. And yeah, and so, and when I lived in Rochester, it was easy to keep track of people because there were a lot of people to see. So that was it. Most of the other places I've lived, it's just been trying to make friends. Um, like Minneapolis and St. Paul, I loved there. I lived there, and I really enjoyed that. I had good friends and family, and cousin Jack was there, so it was a good spot for me. I really enjoyed Minneapolis, and I would go back if I wasn't such a wimp about the cold these days. I'm a little bit of a baby about it. Little baby,
You've
little
been in
baby.
Florida for how many years now?
It's been like 12, I think.
Really?
Wow. I thought it was like
Yeah,
7 or 8. Okay.
it might even be more.
I would not have guessed 12.
Me neither.
Yeah, Janine and I have known each other for about 12 years, I think. So it might even be 13 or 14. I'm a Floridian, dang it all.
Yeah,
I
for
am a
real. Double digits.
Yeah, that's right. And I
All
will
right.
tell you the way things go here in Florida.
All right, hold that because we're going to ask you more about Florida. All right. To the person who has stayed in one place, relatively, um, Chad, what factors have contributed to your decision to remain in one state or even one job for a long time? Is that, if that's correct?
I am a serial monogamist.
Yeah, yeah.
With everything, with work, with relationships, with I like comfort, I like repeatability, I like once I'm happy, I don't want to change. I get comfy.
Yeah. That kind of
It's comfort driven for sure. Yeah.
that goes right into my second, which was like, how has staying in one place helped you develop deep connections with your family, your friends, your community?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, with my wife being a school teacher, I would say that's my biggest connection to the community, that and the kids.
Mm-hmm.
You meet the parents and stuff like that. That definitely helps.
Mm-hmm.
Going to, soccer games and baseball games and ski clubs. You meet a lot of parents through that.
Mm-hmm. Heck yeah. Because you do live out in the country, how about your neighbors and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I've got like, I call it the immediate circle around my house. Um, I know them pretty well. And I wouldn't say I'm super good at reaching out all the time, but like if I'm outside and they're outside, definitely going to say hello. Most likely going to go over there and shake a hand or whatever. But a lot of borrowing and giving and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That helps.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
It's a good icebreaker.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Zach, can I throw it back to you? When you hear Chad saying this stuff, what does this sort of make you feel? Not to exaggerate your, relocating because you've been in Florida for 12 years, like that, that's a long time. But anything that pops up with you when you hear about Chad and his long time in central or upstate New York?
Yep, Chad lives in Casanova. And well, I just like the fact that he has been one place for a long time because I think that stability is pretty awesome. Something I just expect with people that they get to know me and they want to know me and they'll have fun getting to know me. But most people do that slowly and they
True.
don't do it as fast as I do because I'll pretty much tell you, give me about 10, 15 minutes talking to you and I'll know if you're a person I like or dislike.
Yeah.
And a lot of other people take a lot more time than that, and they either judge you harshly right away, or it takes a long time for them to give you a little love, show you some love. So
Warm up.
what's that? Yeah,
Takes a little warm up
exactly.
time.
You're a
Yeah, and
counselor
that's
by
the one
trade.
thing. Yeah, and one thing about Minnesota, it'll take time. It's called Minnesota nice, but it's actually just the opposite. It's kind of like Minnesota people are pretend to be friendly, but they're actually they rather not be friendly. So it's kind of people think it's Minnesota nice that it's great. These people are really nice, but it's kind of the opposite. It's like there's a lot less emotion in Minnesota. I mean, granted, there's a lot less motion because the damn place is so cold, but
True.
there's a lot less motion, and Yeah, that's it. That's all
I
I have
wonder
to
if
say
that's
on
the
that.
Scandinavian connection there. I've heard that about
That's what I thought.
Scandinavia. Yeah.
Yeah, Swedish, Finnish, Norwegian. So Jessa, my daughter Jessa, is not even sure what, but she knows she's got some Nordic blood in her. So on her mother's side of the family, she tends to think it's Norwegian. So we'll go with
Uh-huh.
it.
Yeah, yeah. Heck yeah.
Which, talking about geography, is a place I've never been, and I'd like to go. Have either of you been to Norway? Nope.
Nope. I tell you what, I was listening to some Little Dragon on the Spotify. I believe they're from either Norway or Sweden. Um,
Hmm.
little
Pretty good.
music. Good
A
stuff, yeah.
band?
Yeah, band called Little Dragon. It's easy listening and it's pretty cool. Pretty. I think you guys would enjoy it. It's not the greatest, but it's good stuff. Yeah.
Where do they come
Sometimes
from?
just good is good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah. Just smooth. And what's so cool about it is like actually, I do believe they're Swedish. My three favorite artists these days are randomly Swedish. I mean, there's probably a thing that when you find a band, like you get recommended somebody, a band in the similar sphere or something, and I just grab three. But there's another one called Tallest Man on Earth, and it's he's like a one man show with a guitar, and he's not like a tall guy, so it's just a cool band name. I mean, because when he's on the stage, he's just the tallest man on earth, in his mind or whatever it is, wherever he came up with that name, but he's fantastic. And then the other one is Daniel Norgren, and they're all freaking Swedish. I have no idea.
You, you're
You
kind
have
of
a
a
little
music.
crush on the Swedes right now.
Yeah.
He's kind of a music whore in a way. Just
Yes, very
saying.
much so.
But like for me, I listen to things that like music connects me to the past a lot. So whether I'm listening to like punk music or whether I'm listening to rap or whatever it is, it definitely has to do with the past. I don't
Hmm.
have current or future music. I only have past music.
Uh-huh. It just allows you to reminisce.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. All right, Chad,
Yeah.
I got another question for you. Um, how do you find ways to bring new? No, no, no. Chad, are there any experiences or opportunities you feel you might have missed by not relocating? Or were there job opportunities or were there whatever family things, discussions you had with your wife? Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. So I did move to Massachusetts. Um, I was out there for about 7 years, and that definitely gave me a little kickstart because I was having a hard time finding um, local work in upstate New York. But once I got a little job experience, it was easy to translate that back to upstate New York, where I ultimately wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think it, I think it was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if I had not done that, it would have been a big mistake,
You
and
wouldn't
it would
have
have
been
been
able to climb the ladder
a.
as jump
I
in.
just think even breaking into the industry would have been difficult for me. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Interesting.
think I think I think if pretty much anyone I ever talk to that's looking at jobs, I tell them the first job, just go anywhere you have to go.
Yep.
Just suck it up. Put in 3 to 5 years, and then find your forever place and move back. It's fine.
Cool. That makes a lot of sense. That's awesome that your one major relocating was strategic and you made sure to get back to where you wanted to be.
Yeah. So to be fair, when I first moved, I thought that was it. I'm going to live out there forever.
Mm.
it was really exciting. Moved out to a little fisherman town in Gloucester, Massachusetts.
Fisherman's Wharf.
I mean, it was great. It was, the ocean was right there. Good restaurants. Inexpensive as far as Massachusetts goes, but I thought it was really hard to even think about buying a house out that way. Just there was just no way it was going to happen financially. So that was one of the big things to come back home. And then the final decision was when Megan and I got married, and she moved out there. It was fun, but we both wanted to get back closer to the parents before we had kids.
Cool.
It was nice. It was nice having the support and the help, because kids are hard.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. I'm gonna find out one day.
Yeah, they're hard. It's like I don't know. It's like well, what do you think, Zach? What's a good explanation of the responsibility of kids? It's like you're worrying about someone else almost as much as, if not more than, you're worrying about yourself.
Yeah, you have to develop and allow for that independence, and which is a really difficult part.
Very hard.
People just like, okay, and what if they make bad decisions? What if they make horrible decisions?
Right.
What if they drink and drive? You know what? Oops, I've been there. Right? I know it. I've done it. It's so stuff happens, and that's the scary part, to just allow you to do more. And I didn't have to do that much with Jessa because I didn't see her, live with her most of the time. But it was also just I think you get some of that just by understanding the people you're around, and
completely. Absolutely. But like, Zach, to your point, you have to like moderate how much you want to share. Because your gut is to share all of your experiences, good and bad, and to try to keep them away from all those bad experiences. But it just doesn't really work that way.